I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about writing extremely compelling dialogue. I'm going to teach you what I teach my students, and there's three main ways that you need to attack dialogue. So this is going to be, I think, 3 videos probably, and I'm going to teach you the most important thing first. If you don't know who I am, my name is Spade Robinson. I'm a story consultant, so that basically just means that I help people who want to become screenwriters, and people who are screenwriters become great screenwriters. So when it comes to writing dialogue, the most important thing you need to know is that human beings rarely say exactly what they mean. What you mean, the sentiment of what you're trying to communicate, is laced with your own language, your own way of communicating, and your characters have that same way of communicating, which is why really well written dialogue is full of so much subtext and so much specificity to a way that a character communicates. Okay, dialogue is first meant to convey tactic, then intent. What does that mean? It means that when you write compelling dialogue, you are first starting with your character's tactic, the way that they speak, and then the intent, then the sentiment of what they're trying to say. So, for example, if a mother is trying to tell her child to clean their room, the first thing that you're going to concentrate when you write dialogue is the way that she communicates. Is she harsh? Is she loving? Is she sweet? Is she passive aggressive? Does she talk to the child with tenderness? What's the way? That's the first thing you need to understand. And then you use actual words to get to the intent. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm going to clarify. So dialogue is written to reveal, not inform. One of the issues that new emerging writers fall into, or some writers who are not as emerging fall into, is writing exposition. And whenever somebody does coverage and says, oh, it's too much exposition, they always throw around, it's just too expository, it's too much exposition. What does that mean? It means that the writer needed the audience to know a thing, so then they put it in the mouth of the character, as opposed to having the character reveal themselves over a period of time, which is what great dialogue is supposed to do. So you need to not focus on what the audience needs to know, because if you write a great outline, then the information is going to come to your audience. When it comes to dialogue, you need to write in a way that reveals who the character is. The way that you reveal who the character is over time, not all in one scene, but over time, is by giving them a specific language in which to speak, okay? And that language basically means, regardless of what they're trying to communicate, intent, their tactic is specific to them. It's like a thumbprint. Every character has a way of communicating. And then dialogue helps to show off your chops as a writer. So the more sophisticated your dialogue is, which means the most subtext you're using in the way that you write dialogue, shows off your strength as a writer, which is why people want to hire you. Okay, so here's the first thing you need to know in the list of 3 ways to attack dialogue, is dialogue as a tool. Everyone is trying to do something with what they're saying. If I'm communicating to you, I'm not just giving you information, I am doing something with it. I am trying to educate, seduce, I'm trying to condescend, emasculate, which emasculation I think is a myth, but that's beside the point. Vilify, encourage, thrill, comfort. What am I trying to do with what I'm saying? That's more important than what I'm saying. Does that make sense? So for an example, if I'm the mom trying to get the child to clean the room and I'm a character in a movie, it matters less what I say in terms of like the sentiment of saying clean your room. What matters more is what the character is trying to do. Is the character trying to encourage the child, scold the child, condescend to the child, control the child? What's the tool that they're using to communicate? Vilify the child? What's the tool? That's the first thing you need to know. Lock and follow for part 2.